The happiness that it's being sold today, it's wrong. It's okay if you don't feel happy sometimes. If you feel happy all the time, you look like a clown, right? This guy, always happy. No, it's okay if sometimes you're gonna feel sad. Sometimes you're gonna hear a song that reminds you of some time that you might cry a little bit. That's okay too. There is a reason why there is 4 seasons in the year. It's snowing, it's windy, it's raining today, it was sunny yesterday. Same with life. If you expect to be happy all the time, it's not gonna happen, then you're gonna be more miserable.
We used to talk more when I was in Australia
Then now,
than now. I
how
don't know
crazy
why.
is that?
But you know,
Life,
we have this,
connection,
right?
that it's never gonna fade.
It's just something, man. We are all
It's-
connected.
We just talk about this with Ryan and Jamie. So this is our season 2, episode 2, a very special one, and we do this for the young generation out there to get some real information about life, success, creation, fear, and we just want to provide the right information. There's so many shit out there that people post and it just makes no sense, and our goal and vision is to just create
Yeah.
content that younger generation gonna help, they're gonna learn from it and use it as an advantage in their life in the future. And you're a very special friend of mine, a very great guest. You don't need introduction, but I'm gonna do it anyway. It's one of the founders and CEO of Turco Taco, a great, successful person, family man, father of 3.
Yeah.
How are you doing, buddy?
Great, man.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks. And it's a beautiful day, right?
Always, it is always. Oh, it's
like
raining, but it's
London.
beautiful. Yeah, it looks like London.
Miserable, right? People going crazy in the traffic.
It's
Yeah.
season. It's happening.
Yeah, we are busy. We start getting busier.
Nice.
Yeah, business is good. But you know what we do, like, so I just want to give like little introduction.
Please do. Yeah.
And restaurant business now it's gonna be 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Right? US, Turkey, Australia, fast casual, fine dining, bartending, every aspect of the business. So, but it's not like a work for me. That's the main thing,
You
That's,
always
that's my
wanted to.
calling, yeah.
You were like you have passion for cooking too, right?
Yeah, I love cooking, man. That's my zone. That's every time I'm home, like when I cook, I just like I'm in somewhere else,
Yeah.
somewhere like you.
I remember last time you cooked, it was some type of pasta in your house, or with mushrooms. When I was in your house, it was a long time ago. Again,
Say excite me, different tastes and creation, and appreciate with the products too.
yeah.
That's why like we have better quality products. I mean, we do fast casual, but it's not fast food. It's not just casual.
It's not that junk
Like,
food.
but like the casual food in the fast. That's why they call fast casual, right? Because better quality than this fast food. It's good for your body, and we try to deliver, better products than all the other people doing out there, right?
Where does the inspiration for that come? Because I was looking and doing my research before this. I saw that resonated with me. I'm somebody that loves food,
Yeah.
but is always worried when I'm eating out. You just don't know what's going on. Where are they sourcing their food? Where are they getting? How are they cooking it? Is it sustainably raised? Everything like that. Where did that inspiration come from for you?
I eat healthy too. We eat organic at home. When we go out, we try to find organic places. So that's important for us because whatever you put it in your body, it's affect your daily life. Like think about like you work all day, right? You're driving home, you see fast food, you go in and you indulge yourself, like you eat burger, whatever. You get out, 10 minutes later, you feel like you're still hungry because it's not good for you, your body, right?
It's all that sugar they put in the food and the bad
Everything.
chemicals and
So
stuff.
And now, like, the food culture is like here is just so bad.
But let's bring this back a little bit. I think it's deeper in our roots from where we come from about good quality food as well.
Yeah.
So you're originally from Turkey, north part of Turkey,
Southern coast.
southern coast. What's the name
I
of the city?
grew up in Mersin, and my family from East.
Tell us a little bit how you grew up. Your
Yeah, that's the thing.
upbringing.
Like, so my father was CPA, but he loved like gardening, right? Like he grow everything. We get out, like grab a cucumber over there, strawberries. You smell it, right? You just go grab it. Like there is no pesticide. There's no like chemical. It's all natural, and that was his like the happy place. So
The garden?
everybody is just these days like looking for meaning of life. What's your calling, right? What's your purpose? That was his calling. I mean, food is my purpose, my calling too, because every time I visit cities, I go see like great chefs, right?
Yep.
I travel for food, so I want to try it. Like, it's just like how they think about the food, how the food, where the food comes from, right? So we grow up there, and like here, like people, I don't want to say here, but like these days, like the culture changed too. How we grow up, we live together, right? The all elderlies, young kids, and dinner time.
4 generations in one house. So,
Everybody, eat together, and that preparation time, you watch your mother,
Yeah.
your aunt.
The whole house smells like
Yeah,
manja.
so even you don't do physical work
Yeah.
to, I mean, you just do the physical work only eating, right? But and you that environment
Mm,
prepare you to get ready for like your cells, your smell start working. So like the whole idea of the food is basic like for us, like it just kind of it's not like just feeding your body, right? It's just feeding your soul too.
Mhm.
That's why when you look at the centenarians, right, in Sardinia, in
Yeah.
Japan,
The blue zones.
it's just like the process. They are going to get their food. They grow it. They touch the earth. They ground themselves. You know what I'm saying?
So
Ju-
that I do.
the whole
And
process.
it,
That's I love.
it's in the culture that
Yeah.
I guess you're educating people now here too. We were raised to eat to live well. I think here people live to eat. They go out and they don't care what they're eating. They're gonna post a picture of the salmon. They don't even know where the salmon is coming from. The rice, whatever, it's like a 2,000 calorie dish that they're eating at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So they live to eat, and we eat to live well.
And you like when you eat, so whatever you put, like sugar intake is just go crazy
Yeah.
right now, right?
Worse than cocaine.
Because you are constant stress, right?
Yeah.
You have pressure from like society. You need to be somebody, right? You need to make it. You need to have this. You need to have a car. You need to have another yacht. So like it's just constant stress. Like
One yacht
we
is
just
enough. I mean, you don't
Yeah.
need that
we
other
just
one.
react, right?
React.
So all this, the people put you expectation. Your family wants you to go to college and do this, do that. Like, but nobody asks you, how can you be happier, right? That should be the question.
But is the be happier the question to pursue, or it's creating the happiness in the moment? You're one of the rare people that I go deep in conversation that I really enjoy, and you know how much I appreciate you and the time we spend. As you said, it's in the last 2 years, it's just shrinking, right? But it's quality time. And I learned a lot from you and your experiences back in the day. Not that you're a lot older than me, but you're old. I'm kidding. Mentorship.
Together, yeah.
Together, because we
push
grow
each other,
together.
yeah.
We always push each other. And me and the team, Ryan, Jamie, we're talking about how can you find, I guess, the universe or God put us together, and we both benefit from that relationship, and we grow as better humans, which we enjoy doing it, right? How do other people, like for our listeners, how can they put themselves in a situation to find that partner to help them grow? It doesn't just have to be your spouse or your business partner. It can be a friend, or you can be a buddy you drink coffee once a week or so.
Yeah. So like how people connect, right? When I first think about it, like so my connection is like food, talk about food, have a good meal,
Experiences,
and that's something I love, I enjoy, right? And then spiritually, so one thing like now, like, not I'm not saying I'm getting older, I'm getting wiser,
Yeah.
because I try to understand, like, who I am, right, as a spiritual being, because I came in this body as a spirit, as a soul, right, whatever you call it, right,
Yeah.
and having human experience. So when you're having this, when you are conscious, because every day 90, 60, 90%, 7% of your decision makings, yeah, you open your eyes, you get up, you brush your teeth, you never even think about it. Subconscious
The
mind
routines,
control
yeah.
your
Yeah.
daily
It drives
routine,
you.
right?
Yeah.
Everything, decision makings do this.
Yeah.
So how we program that subconscious mind? That's, you gotta think about it. So you need to have a strong mind. I
Yeah.
used to believe like strong body, strong mind. Now like these days I'm like strong mind,
Strong body. 100%.
so
100%.
important, right?
Yeah.
So that's why like food comes, like you gotta feed it, good. I mean, I was in NIH. My wife had this health problem, so I was talking to doctors over there. They did this research, right? 90% of the serotonin, right, healing hormone, like your mood and everything, release in your gut. 90%. Only 10% from your brain. So
Yeah.
whatever
This is your second brain.
you
Yeah.
put shit in your
Gut,
of
yeah.
course, like your body is not gonna function. So how are you gonna be able to tap in that spiritual life and understand connection? We are all connected. So, and then what it comes is like the stress brain, right? There's a two type of brain. Stress brain. So I was driving here, like so many cars like backed up.
Angry
Like
drivers.
I need to get on the left line, right? Because I'm not gonna get out. Like
Yeah.
the guy's like warning, and just like I'm like, I laughed at him, like I don't even care, what you're, you're
Yeah.
rush,
Then you
you're
win. In
worried.
situation like that, you
So-
always win.
So it's always like we are reacting.
Yeah.
Anger comes out, right? So that's the stress brain.
Do you pay attention on the car that angry guy is driving? It happened to me yesterday.
Yeah, I don't judge anymore.
I don't judge at all, but I've noticed
I
that
changed my like the
everybody goes
point
through
of view.
stuff.
Yeah.
Same. I never judge. Everybody is in their own lane. But people that get angry, and yesterday a guy got angry at me because I was like 3 seconds not moving when the green light hit, right? So I was on the phone.
Yeah.
I'm in real estate. I work 24/7. So I was on the phone, I admit. But he was like, he didn't just give me a warning. He was just like, for like 40 seconds. And, I'm like, I always
And
call
then
my
you're like,
old
"Oh,
me would be
shit,
like, I'm going to
wrong
get out of the,
emoji.
my,
Wrong emoji.
my 20-year-old me when I was in college was, I'm going to get out of the car and just teach this guy a lesson. But, I'm like, I just smile at him, and he was getting more angry and like passing me by, and he's like giving me all the signs and stuff, and like screaming at me. 2 kids he had in the back seat, in sitting in the car. Like, this guy gets angry for no reason, screaming and yelling, and he was getting more angry because I didn't do anything. I was not reacting. And I think you win in a situation
Yeah.
like that. It just
So
happened.
that's the healthy brain, right?
Yeah.
How you react to situation. Stress brain gives always. So let's look at that father, right? I look at myself too.
Yeah.
So it's like this orange analogy, right? You have an orange, right? You squeeze the orange, what comes out? Then you squeeze the orange. Nothing tricky.
No, juice.
What
Yeah.
juice? What
Yeah.
kind of juice? Apple juice?
Orange juice.
Orange juice, right? Grapefruit juice?
Grapefruit juice.
Is it possible when you
You squeeze an orange.
squeeze harder, or like your mother squeeze it, or your father? Is it
If
possible?
you're some type of a voodoo guy, maybe if you squeeze the orange, a kiwi comes out.
But it's orange juice, right? We are the same thing.
Same. Yeah.
Even in that situation, what inside of you that comes out?
Same. What you put inside of you, it comes out.
You have anger,
Yeah.
you have resentment, you have whatever it is. When you get that stress, right?
Yeah.
In that moment, if you have love in you, love comes out. And that's why I look at that guy like
You
I
smile.
laughed at it and
Yeah.
said,
You can even say a
I
lot.
love you. You have
Yeah.
you have reasoning to do that,
Yeah.
maybe, or in that moment.
Same. Maybe the guy yesterday
So
was rushing
little
to the
bit
hospital.
compassion,
Yeah.
empathy,
And just let him go.
yeah. So
Don't
I
fight.
try to teach my managers too, right?
Yeah.
It's not about what we do food, right? And how you do food too, right? people
Yeah.
feel the energy.
They do.
We are like the energy beings. Everything in this universe connected, right? Everything like this microphone to this
Yeah,
chair
it's
to
all
this,
energy.
we carry energy, right? Energy never disappear, what I learned at school, right? And then always transform.
It's
So-
funny you mentioned that. They just asked me, there was this company there last Blaze, before you, just 5 minutes before you came, they're like, Blaze, do you write down handwritten letters to your clients? And because there's this company, they do it like for you.
Yeah.
And the first thing I said, I do. I don't do it as often as I should, I guess. But when I do, and back to the energy conversation, I sit down, I put my energy. You grab that pen, you think about the person you're writing the letter to. You lick the envelope and you send that out to this person. You send the energy, and when they open that envelope, they feel my energy. But doing it automatically from a company who is doing it, not against anybody's business, but yeah.
Right. Tesla, nobody talks about this guy.
Yeah.
Like, Tesla was sending energy from Detroit to Florida. He can light this lighting here from that. He figured it out. But like these days, the oil companies, like all this greed we have, right? We disconnect from our purpose. That's bring it to us. So
Connection.
that energy, like when they are cooking, how you put your energy in that, and people feel it. That's why, like, I tell people, like, how can we create that good energy, good vibe in every location we create, right?
When you sense a bad energy, do you let them go?
So then you cannot just fire everybody because of their attitude, because you need to coach them, right? Train them. So that comes with culture. So this was the topic a couple of weeks ago. I say, how can we create culture? What's our culture? I ask them, right? Nobody knows. Oh, we make food, quesadilla, tacos. It's not about that. It's not about organic salad.
Yeah.
How we treat each other is part of it, right? I say first thing we need to understand, we have to have integrity. What is integrity? Is doing the right thing. Doing the right thing means your dishwasher to your line cook to your customer to you have to be honest to each other, right?
And respectful.
That's doing the right thing. We need to do that. Every aspect of our business. We need to understand each other. We need to have compassion to each other, right? Empathy. Put yourself to other people's shoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And second thing I say, okay, we have to have a courage. So what is courage? I said, we have to look at each other's eyes, tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
That's so important.
100%.
So integrity, courage, and then we have to have systems too, right? Like trainings and stuff, and we need to constantly do the same thing repeatedly, right?
And dignity.
Yeah. So like the standard comes from that. So when you put everything together, okay, we have integrity, we have courage, we have standards. We keep doing the same thing, right things all the time, no matter what's the situation. We have to choose the right thing. No matter what's your position, you can able to look at my eyes and give feedback, right? And then we create culture. So this culture is gonna give whoever walks in that door or whoever work for us, right? Give them comfort and give them to be themselves, to do the right thing. The problem is these days, like, sometimes selfish reason, and I did it too in my past. I don't proud of myself, things I did, but I learned I'm a better person because, like we were talking about the energy what we carry, right? 10 years ago, your body, you don't even have one cells left.
No, they
You're a
change all the time. Yeah.
You're a different person now.
Yeah.
But what is control us, right? When you think about it. 30 years ago, probably you were doing taekwondo or whatever, and
30 years ago, I was 6.
And you can feel like, if situation happen, right, survival mode, you probably kick somebody in the head, right? So, like, where does that come from? Who is in the control center?
You are.
Your
subconscious mind.
Yeah. So, and then, that
This leads to my next question. We're both big dreamers.
Yeah.
And we always talk about our dreams when we used to
Yeah,
work
yeah.
out together, and we talk about we have huge dreams, and we both believe in manifestation
Best days,
and
you know.
best days always. Every, these days will be best days too
Yeah.
when we talk about it 10 years from now. But I'm going to share something with you that happened yesterday. It's because this kid reminded me so much of you and me when we were younger. I'm running on the beach, 8 in the morning, 8:15 in the morning, and I'm running with my buddy from who is visiting from Chicago. So I see two young kids from the opposite side, and one of them is like, "Hey, Blaze, is that you?" I say, "Yes, that's Blaze." And he was walking barefoot, and he's like, "Can I come run with you?" And he just shake hands. He said, "I'm from Chicago too. I just moved to Naples." I said, "Sure, join us." And we started running, and we finished like a 10-kilometer run. And at the end here on Fifth Avenue, he said, "Do you have a smartphone?" I said, "Yeah." So can I see your smartphone? And I take my phone out, and he has this black card, and he's like, "Can I just put it next to your camera and you see what's happening?" So you put it next to your camera, and this it's like a digital business card, right? And when I click the link that was coming from the card, all of my information pops up. He's like, "I was getting ready for today. Like, I was following you from like for last 6-7 months. I know you run on the beach. I just don't know what day exactly. I prepared this business card for you. This is my business. This is what I do. But I make it and I keep it with myself all the time. And I'm walking every day on the beach thinking that I'm going to see you one day." This kid is a 22-year-old. He wrote 2 books already. Super smart. He believes in everything we believe in as a culture to what we do, right? And remind me so much of you and me. Like, we always dream big and think big things. It happened for him. And it just happened yesterday. It was amazing. I have my car. I'm going to show it to you. It's in my wallet. Crazy.
Man, it's just that's the thing. I was reading this book, and they did this research, right? Kids between age 4 to 7, right, has like creativity
Superpowers.
is like the more than these people work and the like the NASA
Yeah.
and like going to like space program and stuff. Like they are like just
Yeah.
they train themselves to be like the super creative because all the
They have to be.
possibility.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not traveling to Hawaii. You're gonna get your flip flops and you're going to space. Like all that space stuff. They do. So those kids, creativity higher than them, right? So age, they did this second one, 7 to 15, right?
Drops down.
Like 70%.
Wow.
So 24, 12% creativity, 24, 12%,
You're 24.
and 35,
Zero.
2%.
Yeah.
So, and then they say, why is this happening, right? So they look at how your brain.
So I'm still
function,
7.
right? How your brain
I gotta
functions.
be.
So you have like when you look at your kids like until 8, right?
Yeah.
It's just like they are in this imaginary world, right? Like
Mm.
anything can possible, right?
Yeah.
But like how that brain works, and then how the logical brain, this education system, make you the fit in this like the box, right? Kills your creativity.
How do you
Wow.
what do you do against that? Like, how we teach our kids, like my 2-year-old Ava, she's in this imagination world where
You're gonna
it's
read
amazing.
them
I
fairy
enjoy
tale.
it. And I do. I
So-
read fairy tales and
Creativity like comes like basically man, that's why like like we dream a lot, right?
Yeah.
We always tap that side more than logic. I depend on that one.
Mm.
I don't doubt myself anymore. I used to scare, like what I'm gonna happen, what's gonna happen, still sometimes creeping.
it's normal.
So, and then you need to understand like why is this happening, right? Why I'm thinking. And this guy like Marcus Aurelius, right? In
Huge thinker.
meditation, he was saying like, there is no good or bad, right? How you interpret like in your brain, how you think about it, right? If you're thinking like this happened to me, poor me, like, play the victim, you will never learn. But if you think about it, wow, like this is a good, lessons for me, and I'm learning, I'm growing, that's why, like, that when you dream, like we don't dream like to dream, right? You dream, you see yourself, but then every day you do little things
Action.
to get there.
100%. You
Every
live.
day you do little
live.
things to get
Yeah.
there. And it's not like, you know, you hit your goal or whatever you set it out, right? Like you get there, you have that satisfaction, right? I fucking did it. Like I worked so hard, right? I get this car. And how long does it take that satisfaction,
5 seconds.
right? You know, they says no satisfaction,
Yeah.
that song. So it's the same thing. But the progress, you confidently, like you don't lose yourself, go to that dream.
Yeah.
That's the life, man.
Mm.
2,000 years ago, this Marcus Aurelius, right, the powerful man in the world, right? 50 million that time population is not, but 2,000 years ago, he didn't write a book, like he was doing journaling.
Mm-hmm.
Same problem we are still having these
Today.
days.
Mm-hmm.
People like treating you like shit. People not honest. You know, they don't give you good feedback. Or
That's
like,
never
you know,
gonna change though.
all the problems like economy and
It will never
depends
change.
how you look at it. So it's all about like self mastery, right? That's what I'm focusing on. Like, how can I be the best of myself? How can I show up when I go to my business, like my employees? How can I lift them up? Because when you lift people up, they start lift themselves up, and then it's like ripple effect. That's why like we are
100%.
connected. I was in Sydney, Australia. You're here, like I'm so connected with you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And this guy sit in that house. I forgot that house. Like, I remember that house, right? So you should buy that house and put your
Of course. It's in my vision.
statue.
It's in my vision board. It's my vision board. But you know what's funny?
No, let me finish it. So I buy coffee from organically. I said, Blaze, what are you doing? He's like sitting over there. I'm going. He's reading book.
How long ago is
Keep-
this?
Man, like I was still here
9
before
years.
I went to so Australia. So and then, but did you have a
Writing
doubt?
letters. No.
No,
I
right?
never doubted myself. Nobody believed
That's
in
the
me.
thing.
Never doubted myself.
Like, but I show up over there. I know you're gonna do good because your energy, man. Like when you walk in the,
Thank
that's
you,
why
brother.
like that energy we talk. Like you walk in the place, like you give everybody that energy.
I share the energy, same
Yeah.
like you do. And another thing that I learned from a mentor of mine and I practice, I know you probably do the same thing today. It changed my life. Excuse me. I spend more time with people who are long-term thinkers than a short-term thinker people. The short-term thinkers gives you an anxiety
Mm.
and stress.
Mm.
The long-term people, thinkers, the only way you can beat time is to really hang out with long-term thinkers. The time is more enjoyable. You feel like you're present in the moment, although you're thinking about the future.
Yeah.
The short-term thinkers, or they like to call them the short-sighted people. Nothing wrong, they can be successful too, but those are the guys that are like always like they're on cocaine. And they're always like thinking, stressing out. They have the fear of missing an opportunity. Time is the biggest teacher.
You know what? So there is a like you can take it to do this business or personal life or spiritual life, right?
Yeah.
So infinite thinking and then finite. So finite thinking is, there's a beginning and end, right? That's your
Yeah.
description of
Monday to Friday.
right? So those people always like the result oriented and like they want to get outcome and they want it to be always the certain way, right? You never grow in that mindset because like you are in finite game, right? And then there's an infinite one. Like that's us, right? When you think about it, like look at like human life, right? We start and grow and die, what happened, right? Your soul is, everybody believes that. I mean, some people don't. It's bad for them, for me. Like soul, there is no beginning, there is no end. There's an infinite, right?
Yeah.
So business and life is same thing. if you think about it like finite, you always rush, you always do cut corners, you
Yeah.
always cheat, you know, you always do that. But when you are infinite, you know, you have no doubt, right?
Mm.
When you think about, and then the creativity gets better. You take care about your people, because you have infinite possibilities. Like there's no limit.
Yeah.
There's no limit. People, Abraham Maslow says, they must be like infinite, because you cannot put them in a box. You know, you cannot like, they have to be like whatever you're calling, and then you find it. It takes practice, you know. Like I'm like just every day like drilling, like think about it. Like I mean, what these people did like 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago, right? How they tackle the situations, how they keep themselves up. How can I live the best life possible, man?
The better
That's the
life
goal.
possible.
And there's
Better
And
than the best.
happier.
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 Yeah.
There is no happy. Happy is the same thing like infinite game. Like it's the destination, you arrive, success, done.
Yeah.
But happier, like, because it's like the progress, right? We like the progress. Like people like, oh, like, okay, you have Turco Taco, right? Whatever. I don't define myself what I do.
Yeah.
I used to. Who I am, you know, what you make, that's ego. I mean,
Unfortunately, 90% of the people define
yeah,
themselves. You ask them, what do you
yeah.
do? Or what, who
But
you are, they talk about
take
business.
everything from me right now, right? I wake up in the morning with good attitude, and
Yeah.
I start again. You
Great
know?
gratefulness.
It's like new day, you know, that's so important.
Yeah.
That's,
We,
you know,
I do the same
you
thing.
open your eyes, like I mean, grateful for my family, you know. And then the finding yourself, one thing I want to tell you guys, like I do this. I mean, I go to therapists too, right? You know, and I used to hate it, not believe it, because the culturally, like, why you need it? Are you crazy, right? But it's like finding mentor. You need help too sometimes. That's their profession. Like they look at the human is like a the little, look at our brain, like, you know, little brain inside, like controlling all your, you know, emotions and, you know, hormones and decision makers and happiness, and you can program it, but you need to find the bugs.
We're the
You
ultimate
need to-
artificial intelligence.
yeah.
I mean, the brain is capable of doing so many things. You just said it.
We limit ourselves.
You
man.
don't control. Yeah.
We
Wh-
limit ourselves.
Why don't you? What? How I'm programming me, and I understand myself, is I do this little pain. I punish my body. Right. We work out. So you punish your body every day. Non excuse. Like you got to work out. How you eat breakfast? People eat. I don't eat breakfast, but people eat breakfast, lunch, dinner. Same. You got to put the workout there, and you don't drink coffee for 2 years. I just recently last year, end of last year, stopped drinking espresso. And for our listeners out there,
But decaf
you're
is
from
good
Turkey.
sometimes,
You're from
yeah.
Turkey originally, and I'm from Macedonia. And Macedonia was 500 years under Turkish slavery. And when you gonna apologize for this, bro?
I wasn't there.
but Turkey and Macedonia, we have big cultures for coffee, and
Yeah.
2 years, and I'm not gonna drink coffee this, I don't know, I never put a date to it. Like I never say a month or two. I just go with it. If I feel better, I'm programming myself to become that better person. So I'm doing no alcohol, no sugar, no coffee, and it just stopping coffee for almost a month now, it clears my brain, and
So
it's
what coffee
amazing.
does, right?
Yeah,
We always think like coffee gives the
anxiety.
hype, right? So this molecule, I forgot the name of it. Like I can look at it. So in your brain, so when you feel tired and drowsy, right? You know, so those molecules goes in your brain cells, like little like cells over there, and close it. You feel
Override
tired.
it.
But when you drink coffee, caffeine is quicker than those and replace
Beta block.
those holes, and then you don't feel hyped, but like you just feel like it, but you're awake actually, like basically all it does. But it's just like this assumption, hard things. So another scientific research, they find this neuropath in the brain, right? So they say like, why like doing hard things makes us better, like they find this pathway. So I take cold shower, right?
Yeah.
I hate it. I still hate it. This morning was
You
cold.
should try the cold
I
plunge
hate it.
if you hate the shower.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
like, but the thing is, like, research shows.
But you do it every day, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
do it every day.
So
It's
I get in sauna and then
yeah, and
jump
then
in, right?
shower. Workout, sauna, cold shower.
So they did this research, right? Doing hard things. Like, for example, you take a cold shower today,
Mhm.
and tomorrow, oh, you're okay with it, you're enjoying it. That part of brain is not getting bigger. But you hate doing things constantly, right? And you're not never get comfort making bad decisions. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And hard decisions,
Yeah.
especially for me. Like I start figuring out, like I'm like, man, why am I attracting this kind of people in my life, taking advantage of me, right? Is something
Mm.
wrong with me, right? Why I'm making all this decision? So why am it's so hard for me to communicate with these people and
saying
just
no?
push no, yeah,
Yeah.
discomfort,
Yeah.
Mm.
you know, like that's how you program yourself. So this part, they look at it like the athletes has the bigger one,
Mm-hmm.
obese people has very
Small.
small one, but people keep doing the things they hate. Like you hate running, right?
Yeah.
You do it like,
You
and
do.
then next morning you wake up like you still hate it, right?
Yeah.
And it start getting bigger. And what is the side effect for that brain part? They find it willing to live, man. There is
But
no
I
research.
learned to
So-
love what I hate because
Willing
I
to
hate
live,
running, but I
purpose,
exactly.
everything. Motivation comes from that
Yeah.
part of the brain. It's amazing. Like
So I love that feeling of hate to run because
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna do it and I know.
But
it's
when
the
you do
respect
it,
and
like
you gotta
it's
get-
just
But
yeah,
people
it's
are-
pumped.
that high, right?
Yeah.
Comes from your brain. That's
Yeah.
that
And it drives me throughout the day.
neuro, like the transmitters start working, and that part gets like to just release that feeling, like you feel good about yourself. That's why. And then, oh, let's start the day, right?
Yeah.
You are more motivated if you realize it. So that's the motivation part of brain. They found it. Amazing.
There,
And we think we are so smart, like so many unknown things
Yeah.
like happening. Like it's just
Huge.
every day,
Huge.
well, it's going back to your what we were talking about imagination. So the idea of when we're kids, that I remember specifically the moment where I like remember asking my mom, I was like, am I too old to have imaginary friends or play imaginary? Like we were probably like 8 or 9 at the time, and we were like, are we too old for this? Should we not do this? And my mom was, was like, if this is something you want to do, but we're kind of programmed to say, shut off that part of your brain. And then we go into the school system, and now we're all these different, blockers are put over our head to say, this is the reality of what your life should be. This is what you should aim for. This is what you should do. And we just kind of get into this cycle. That coincides with the fact that when we stop doing hard things, we forget what it takes to actually achieve our dreams. One of my mentors told me, be careful what you dream for because it just might come true. So we're always dreaming. Most people are dreaming of survival. They're dreaming of doing something that isn't necessarily this big grandiose goal. And then they're avoiding the hard things every single day. And that piece of their brain is so small that they can't even imagine what life would be like outside of that. For yourself, when did it kind of switch for you to go, okay, the more hard things I do, the more successful I become, and the bigger I dream, the more likely I am to achieve it?
So Einstein says imagination more powerful than knowledge, right? So why is he wasn't the smartest man in earth, right? In history, no. But his imagination is like there is no limit. Yeah. That's why he says like the imagination is more powerful than knowledge. So all these years, like like I'm talking about 1900s industrial revolution, right? People needs to work in the factories and stuff, right? How they are gonna bring the modern slavery workers, right? That's our generations, right? How can we do that? They don't need to think. They don't need to, we think for them, and they don't need to create. We create for them. So It's just the system bring us to this point. But you don't have to be part of it, right? So how you gonna do it? How I do it, right? So all this life experience, right? You need to. So I lived certain point like survival mode, right? How I'm gonna pay my bills, what I'm gonna do, kids' future, this, that, and then meantime,
Scarcity.
yeah. So meantime, but nobody taught us.
No.
Mm-mm.
Where I came from, there is a not role model, man. There is no Blaze. There is no us, or like I mean, I just like we do our thing, but like I'm just saying, like there wasn't
Yeah.
a role model, like
Yeah.
everybody in survival mode, and look at the history, like 19 whatever 500-year Ottoman Empire or whatever, like always recession, you know, and then New Republic always recession, always separation with religion or beliefs or colors or ethnicity, like always separation. How can you be connected and creative in that environment?
So they've
It's
been doing
impossible.
it. They've been doing it forever.
Yeah, I mean, look at the
Control.
Middle East mess, like all that people
Divide
keep
and
fighting,
control,
and
yeah.
so
And then you take consumption as well, because you talked about food, and it was so important. We are in a consumption crisis right now, where all we're doing is consuming social media content that is either dividing us, inciting different things that are breaking our brains and getting us out of a
but it
creative
wasn't different 100 years ago.
But what were they?
It was different platform, right?
What was the consumption back then?
So
It was not social media. It was just
yeah, but
negativity,
the religion,
fear, religion.
yeah, and then they separate. So
Yeah.
people
No
like
food, no-
subconsciously, yeah, it's just
no
like
water.
brainwash,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So when you believe in energy, right, you need to look at your DNA.
Is creation energy, creativity, creating energy.
Yeah.
So
So when you
don't
look,
consume, create.
but when you look at your DNA, right, you get 25% from your mother, 25% from your father, right? 15 grandmother, 15 grandfather, right?
Yeah.
So whatever trauma your ancestry have it, right? Whatever war or this and that
Diseases.
pass through to your father and mother, right? And then they pass it to you. So when we talk energy and trauma and then the subconscious mind, like this, and you carry those too. So I carry probably like so much trauma like from my past. I believe that. So that's why I'm working on it. So how I tackle it, right? So problem comes, start analyzing, right? A couple days last night, yesterday something happened. You work so hard, so long, right? And then I was up all night, but I need to be up because I need to analyze this situation. So I put myself in this box, like poor me, right? I worked so hard. They stole my hard work or some situation, right? And I always like, and then I look at it, I'm keep pointing at me, me, me important, me did this, I did that, and then I'm like, that sounds like ego talk.
Mm.
So when you turn to picture to other side, right? Why people did that, right? Earlier talk, like whatever inside them, it's gonna come up. And then I say to myself, do I expect anything from these people did this to me? Is it not, is it like unusual? No, because I knew though they are like dishonest, they have no ethic, they don't have no compassion.
Or
It was normal. So and then when I look at myself and then I wake up, I'm like, you know what I learn is like, and I say you fool me one time, but it's not gonna be second time, because like I learned my lessons, and it's a good lesson. I say, because every time one door closed for me, I know bigger one is opening and more meaningful one, because the better people come to me.
Well, there was a
because
reason for that too. I think
that's the journey, man.
it's the
Like,
journey,
that's
but the way I see things is like I think I find bigger and better, more pure happiness when I don't have expectations from other people. I don't expect anything from anybody.
Yeah.
The only person I expect to get shit done is Blaze. If I don't get shit done, I'm not gonna get mad at my wife or my friends or my colleagues at work or the people I work with if they don't do or treat me the way that I want to be treated. Fuck that. I'm only focusing on me, and if I set boundaries about what I do, and if I do it, I feel better, and that's it.
Yeah.
You have to punish
But
yourself.
you need people too when you do.
You do, but you love them.
So, yeah.
As you said, you love them. I don't expect,
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
tell people what should be done in the team. We talk about
So
meetings
that's the
and stuff.
preparation about what's happening to you, right?
Yeah.
You can get what their behavior. You can get offended,
No.
or you can say like, look, I mean, it's okay to be like this, and you can help people too.
Yeah.
Like if you keep take it personally, it's always like
You feed them,
yeah.
especially if they're bad people. Like they are. There's a lot.
I mean, some people live for drama.
They do. They eat from that.
Yeah.
And it's
So
energy.
That's why, like, choose your friend wisely, and we need to push each other, improve each other, right, in life. And that connection is important. And this book, like, I highly recommend it, Power versus Force, David Hawkins, right? It's talk about the human energy, right? And he researched, like, so he scaled at 0 to 1,000, right? So 200 and lower, right now we see these people, right? That guy at the traffic light,
The energy,
whatever, like
the vibration,
at you,
the vibration.
yeah. So, and then he looks at the Mother Teresa,
Yep.
like 600, right? Buddha is 900.
Vibration.
So, and then the Jesus, the Mohammed, and so what he says, like the energy, right? When you walk in the place, like they feel like they're like, oh, who's this guy? Like,
Enlightened, yeah.
and those people like that, if you keep focusing on your, like, keep your energy, like when you walk out from that door, right? You need to spend 10 minutes, whatever you do,
Mojo?
breathing exercise.
You remember Mojo and his an energy there? We talk. It's funny though, like the things
That's
Oz
very
is saying.
important, man.
This is not from yesterday. We used to, for people who they're listening out there, the younger generation. We used to bartend together with Oz and Ivo, his partner in Turku Taco. They're very successful today, and I'm so proud of you guys. And I tell that to everybody every day. And I know this is just the beginning because both of you are great dreamers, and I know you can just sky is the limit, right? But when we used to bartend, we were talking about the same energy and how we attract. I believe back in that time, if there is some way to figure out how much percentage-wise tips the bartenders were making, I think the clients we had at the bar, the percentage of tip they were giving us, it was like 80%, 50%. It was not 20%. 20% was nothing. We provide such a great service to our clients. So me and Evil were making all the cocktails, and Oz was just stuck with one guy and talking. And then at the end of the day, that guy gave us the biggest tip ever, or that couple. Yeah. So we were the three bar, but it was like a movie because we were so great in what we did. It was a flow. It was a dance. When people were coming, I think a lot of people were coming just to watch us bartend. Yeah. Like we were doing a show,
but it's a mastermind.
It was the powerful trio and our barback.
And that
Sammy.
That energy is contagious. The thing that we just talked to a buddy of ours about it. 3 things that people need more than anything in their day to day that really does give this connection that you're talking about: daily challenge, community, and spirituality. Because spirituality is faith. At the end of the day, it's believing in something that you cannot see. Having the community allows you to, again, feed off of each other's energy, check each other, hold each other accountable. And then that daily challenge is you holding a mirror up against yourself. Am I strong enough to answer the bell today? And today, what does that look like for you? Where do you get your challenge from? Where do you get your community from? And then how do you connect to your spirituality?
So you look at the Maslow, right? This triangle, right?
Hierarchy of needs, yeah.
So you're on the top, right? So that's me. So that top, and then your spiritual connection, whatever you call it, right? God, or higher self, or whatever you
universe,
describe it, right? Doesn't matter. That connection is number 1. And then second connection is your partner, right? So, and then third one is your kids, if you have kids, or and then your work, your family, other close family, your friends. So it goes like this.
Mm-hmm.
So when they did this research too, like ask people, okay, so you are first with higher connection, and most of them put like work in second, all the male, right?
Yeah.
And then partner, and then this,
Family.
So for me right now is just me is the top, because you need to be in strong mindset to be like healthy, right? To give that energy to your partner. And then second thing is like, of course, your spiritual connection with that. That's number one, you know. And you do in your term how you feed that, right? You can meditate.
You still
You
meditate,
don't.
us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can meditate, or you can do something like the hobbies, right? What you love. Like my father's was like that in the
Garden.
garden, right? He just get lost. He's just like somewhere, right? When I cook, I'm the same way. I don't hear anybody, like, I'm just like in that zone. So anything, it doesn't have to be like sit down and try to force yourself to be quiet. Your mind never gonna be quiet. That's the one thing. You have all these things coming, they're bombarded, like, how you quiet your mind when you focus on something you love, right? You don't think like your kids or your work or your something economy or stock market, like you don't think anything else, like, right? So that you need to find out
Is
first.
the reason why people play instruments and they paint? It just helps
Yeah,
them to
that's
meditate in a
hobbies
way.
is good,
Yeah.
that's the connection of
Even sport helps too.
your
But
your
that's
soul.
also
Yeah.
concentration. And so that's another thing that the society as a whole has constantly hacked at the last couple of years. You think of TikTok, you think of all these different things. Like you're talking about a flow state. Meditation, same thing, going out and do that same thing. But the society around us, short form content where you're just scrolling, it's constantly interrupting that flow. How would you recommend somebody go find that thing that they can truly just flow in? How did you find cooking, for example?
It just comes to you,
Mm.
experience. It just comes
You gotta
to you.
try
You gotta
things.
search. When you feel it, it's just like your happy moment, and you keep doing it. It's nothing else. And then, of course, like, okay, you say me, and then your partner, right? That's so important. You need to be in same page, right?
Mm.
It's hard for us, like, culturally, we are like, man, does everything over there. It's just like back of your mind, like, you're the provider and do this, and wife take care of the kids, and that mindset. But just, it's not healthy mindset.
Mm.
Equal, uh, the kind of equality is important in the relationship, and that's your secondary before your kids.
So true.
Because if you don't have healthy relationships, kids, you're not gonna, like, like, let me
Well, you
pass my
pass it
wife,
along
I
to
take
them,
care of
yeah.
my kids. But like, you're not there all the time, like, you need to be in same page. Like, it's hard, it is hard, but it takes time and practice. We are learning. That's why you go to therapy, if you need help. Like, you need to understand, you cannot ignore, problems. That's it. And then, so all this time, like, having these different hard times, experience, analyzing, you know, and you're like, oh, who I wanna be? That's my question to myself. 2019, I lost my father. I mean, I remember we were sharing that experience with you when you lose your father.
Your wife changed completely.
Yeah, so I
The
don't know
whole
what
world
it is.
changes.
Some link just taken off from me,
Yeah.
like,
Mm.
it's I mean, it's different experience.
Can't explain.
So I went there. We bury him, like, I was put in his body. Like, I look at people standing over there. I see myself. I say, and this kind of thinking and practice ancient time is very common. See your dad, they call it.
Mhm.
How do you want to see yourself when you are there? What people looking at you?
Mm.
They look at you, this
Powerful.
asshole.
Yeah.
He had so much money, but like he was mean to
Mean to
people, never share, never contribute, never, did anything good to you or other people. Or they have that love and it was amazing guy, like, he was really genuine
celebrate your
person.
life.
You know what I'm saying? And that, I mean, grief is okay, like you're gonna cry and stuff, it's normal human emotion, right? But like you see yourself there and then you stop doing things against to that belief. Start programming yourself to do the things right. Be empathy for the other people. Be compassionate to yourself too. This is not just like the other people. This is start with you. Like I say, inside what you have, you train yourself. Like I try to understand like when I have to go somewhere, like I need to be there, I'm late, somebody like driving slow, I'm like, man, it should be it can't be like my mother driving that, you know like, I mean, you still go like that rage comes, right? But you're like, like I start thinking, like I change my, like when people show me finger, I'm like, I'm sorry, like like whatever his reasoning, like I try to not get into feed into that bad energy, right? Give better energy, and then you give it to your kids. One thing you're gonna do, you have 3 kids, I have 3 kids. I don't focus on anymore like the other people changing the people's life and this that. You gotta start inside your house. Like,
Starts in your family.
you brought them. You're the reason they are
Yeah.
here. I mean, they are not for us, but they come through us. They are all different people than us, and then we want, like your example, like earlier, like you say, like your family wants you to be this. They train you or they teach you things, how what they learn in their experiences, right? You never know, like maybe like your father got abused, like the beat from your grandfather or somebody, like like so many things have crazy things happening, and those people repeatedly doing the same behavior to their kids too, like this is
They don't
scientifically
even know
proven,
why they're doing
yeah.
it. Yeah. They're
So
passing
this kind
along.
of behavior, so what you can do is, like I say, like don't live in past, right? Like think about, you are in this boat, you look at back, you see the wake, right?
Mm.
Does wake move that boat? No, right? The present moment energy move that boat. Present moment energy. What it is in you right now. You know, that's why, like, we always live in, oh, I was the middle child, or I abused, I didn't have money, I didn't have this, I was the only child. If I have another sister, my mother was gonna love her more than me. Like, it's just all these excuses, right?
Mm.
It's just nonsense. It's in the past. Like I say, none of the cells in your body 10 years ago, it's not exist anymore. So what are we thinking about, like always past? It is hard, but let me tell you something. It is hard because every time you get treated unfair with your beliefs, you go back there because that's your safe space. We like comfort.
Mm.
That's our problem.
Yes.
Discomfort make progress. Comfort make you slow. That's why people dying when they get old, because they don't know what to do. Like for me, like retirement, I'm like what are you gonna do? Like if you sell the business or so, nothing, man. Like I'm gonna do something else. I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop.
No, retiring is boring.
What are you gonna do? Like you need
Nothing.
people around you. You just
You need
I will
that
never
energy.
retire.
There's
it's different joy then.
Yeah.
there's also what you were just talking about with their body basically resetting every 10 years. I think the biggest thing that keeps people stuck, because we have this community of people, our family, our previous friends, all that, they associate labels with you, the person. And then what we do is we accept those labels. So for example, let's say 10, 20 years ago, I was maybe lazy or I didn't jump at opportunities and I wasn't like this enthusiastic person.
Yeah.
Now I know that that's not me. I know it deep in my heart that's not who I am. But when I go back home and I'm having a conversation with somebody and they go, "Well, yeah, you've always been that lazy guy."
But that's their opinion.
That's their opinion, but that is what people will absorb and then identify with. Oh, I've always been that. How can I change now?
You change the people.
So that's come to again. So what you think about me is more important than what I am thinking about myself. Why you need to give him that power? You have to ask yourself, why your opinion about me is more important than what I am thinking about myself?
Seriously.
You are giving him that power. That's on you. Don't even think what other people thinking about you. That's the beginning of the conversation. We go back to that ego thinking, right? Like, I am what I do. I am where I am at, or how much money I make, or you separate yourself from the other people.
I like to put this a little differently. I always say, I don't care what you think about me. What I care is what I think about you. Because why would I care what somebody thinks about me?
But either
I
way,
only-
like, I don't care like what you think about me. Like, if like I
don't.
know myself.
What I care is what I think about.
I know myself.
That
don't,
guy.
Don't give that power to other people too, to put you down. You know.
But you believe in yourself because you've proven it to yourself. So a lot of people are stuck in the same identifying with that lazy person, but that's because they haven't stacked up the irrefutable evidence that they can be somebody different. So it starts.
They don't want you to be different.
Yes.
They're comfortable with you being that guy because they also don't progress in life.
Mhm.
They feel happy if you are the same guy that you were 10 years ago.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So they're not, now they see you grow and they want to bring that up to you more and more. So even if it's family, stay away from those people.
Well, my conversations with them was whenever somebody does it, it's not a mean thing. It's not like I don't like you thing. It's just like, that's not who I am. And I don't appreciate being labeled. And it shuts down the does that make the conversation pretty uncomfortable from that point on? A little bit, but I don't care because the last thing I can let happen is somebody try to get through that part of your brain that just has that optimistic, creative spirit. Because the second you allow yourself to be, I am this person, it takes away all the imagination of who I could potentially become because you only view yourself in this lane of I am what I've been told I am.
Interesting. So, like I say, you're not gonna give that power, but it's come to like how I get this right, how you can eliminate that one. Man, it's daily practice. You're not gonna get there in one day. It's like you add every day a little bit on top of it, and when you say them, like when you tell somebody like just be criticizing you, it's okay. That's interesting point of view.
Yeah.
I never think about it. Set your boundaries, right? That's the problem.
Always
We
love.
are where we came from. We are people pleasers, right? That's our, like, most people like that, I was like that too. Now I'm just this age, I'm learning set the boundaries. You know, I wasn't like this 4 years ago. I'm just learning every day. And when you start learning yourself, understanding your thinking, and you start living your best life, that's the secret. I mean, I cannot tell everybody the same thing, but it's just when you look at the history of human behavior and how people happy, those Stoics and Seneca to like the Greek philosophers and all those people like saying the same thing. Self mastery, do things like really uncomfortable for you. That's progress. Never end. Like always, like the don't limit yourself, you know. and this and beliefs too, right? So when you think it like this one, I love it. So when there, so this the great guy, I read his books a lot, and so somebody says like he says, well, like if somebody tell me, I say I have a hemorrhoid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Crystal is gonna heal your hemorrhoid. I order crystal chair, right? Nothing wrong with it because you have a problem, right? But it's all about placebo, right?
Yep.
The what is placebo? It's just like the it you have no limit, right? You think anything possible.
You strongly believe that thing's gonna
Yeah.
happen, even if it makes no
You
sense.
don't
Or
doubt
yeah,
yourself, right?
never.
That's it. That's the thing. Like people needs to understand. Like, and then you don't need to be happy. You are like you are perfect who you are right now. So when we hang out, you remember we went to work out early in the
Yeah.
morning and stuff. We were talking to do more and this and that. Well, what we had was enough in that
Yeah.
timeline, right? It was
Yeah.
like we were perfect. Like it was perfect.
But people under the happiness that it's being sold today, it's wrong. And what I want to, teach my kids is it's okay if you don't feel happy sometimes. You can't just if you feel happy all the time, you look like a clown, right? Everybody, this guy always happy, doing all this crazy thing. No, it's okay if sometimes you're gonna feel sad. Sometimes you're gonna hear a song that reminds you of some time that you might cry a little bit. That's okay too. It's there is a reason why there is 4 seasons in the year. It's snowing, it's windy, it's raining today, it was sunny yesterday. Same with life. If you expect to be happy all the time, it's not gonna happen. Then you're gonna be more miserable.
That's the season.
Happiness,
Season
yeah,
of life,
season
right?
of life.
Or season,
Thing.
right?
You gotta go through
You get summer, you go to beach,
Yeah.
laughter. Winter comes, maybe you're cozy inside.
Cozy.
You don't want to do anything, right?
Yeah.
So
Same
if
with
you
your
don't have that
human
unhappy
emotions.
moments
Yeah.
or griefs or betrayals and stuff, you're not
don't
gonna appreciate
enjoy the
when
happiness.
you have that happy moments.
Yeah.
You know, that just kind of like the positive, negative. But I mean, staying in the negative, unhappiness and
And stay there. You can get
it's not
stuck.
healthy.
Yeah.
But being there, understanding, okay, this is another human experience and emotion, right? How can I come out with this, right?
Yeah.
And then the learning. And then when you come up, you're happier. You're not
Yeah.
happy, you're
Happier.
happier. And then you can get more happier. You look for that. That's the important part. We just keep searching something, purpose, meaning, and that's just daily practice, man. Like it's just nothing come easy. But it's not hard, you have to believe in yourself.
I think this is a topic with you, especially, man. We can go forever about energy,
Right.
life,
I told.
philosophy. Well, not just about that. It's the knowledge you have. Not that I want to age you. Like, how old do you think Oz is?
So you have to bring this all
that-
down, right?
He's-
I would expect anything over
And
30.
then I question it.
79 years old. Look how look how he looks like. No, be honest. Well, he's a time traveler too. No, I love you, bro.
Benjamin Button.
Yes, your reverse age.
Yeah.
No, but that's because you've been taking care of yourself, your body, not just working out, but the mental part too.
Yeah.
He used to do yoga and meditation when I think it was not even trendy back then. It was not yoga wasn't a thing back when you were doing stuff and meditation. I'm just diving into that from like starting last year, and I found meditation to be very, very good thing. And you've been talking about meditation since I know you. So I think that's one of the reasons why you're humble, you're balanced, you present yourself well, and you grow and you're successful. I appreciate you being here today.
Thanks, mate. Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
happy.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
happy.
good, yeah.
It's super good. I hope our
Yeah.
kids one day will watch this, and we provide there was a lot of good knowledge and experiences shared.
Yeah.
And there will be definitely episode 2 because we have more to talk about.
Yeah. Maybe not more spirits and some business or something. I don't know.
Of course.
Whatever
Yeah,
it
there's
is,
any topic is good. I mean,
or food, man. Like food is so important too. Like, I've been deep diving. That's why like whatever I wanna do in future, like it's gonna be better for
Yeah.
humanity. You know,
That's
that's how.
so. What I guess my last question is, what's your long term goal? Where do you see us in 10 years from now, and your business, family? Are you still, when you dream about? Are you still in Naples? Are you still growing?
I I don't know. I mean, if I wanna stay in Naples,
Mhm.
but I like small city environment
Okay.
definitely, and we have been talking with the kids to maybe move back to
And you
Australia.
moved 3 times in the last 10 years, right? So
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah. So,
you get comfortable, but then you get out of that comfort zone, and he always been doing
yeah.
that. It's kind of cool. And I don't know if you guys, again, we've proven that many times. I came here when I was in my early 20s, from comfortable country language to a different culture. Same with you. So you've been doing that, and we're not trees, right? You don't have to stay
Yep.
where
Nope.
you were born and stuff. So I like that because
Yeah.
you meet new people,
Yeah.
new experiences. But it gets harder when kids are getting older. They have to be on the same page, right?
We do homeschool, you know.
Okay.
We don't depend on the
On
education system. Do I tell them do whatever you love to do. I don't care really.
Hmm.
I really don't care. I mean, whatever makes you happy.
You don't tell them I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. Like you know, you make that decision. Whatever you love to do, you know.
What if they love
Because
to
if I
set
start caring,
fires,
if I
to do
start,
campfires every day and stuff like
yeah,
this?
that's okay. It's if I start caring, right? What is the end goal, right? To be happy, right? And whatever it is for you, how you describe that,
What
I'm
makes you
okay
happy?
with it. If you wanna go India pilgrimage, you know, that's up to you. You know, that's you. I'm not gonna be you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be next to you. Maybe the next 10 years, but you're gonna be happy. It's okay. It's okay to be because, like I say, you know, they come through us. They
Mhm.
are not us. I cannot tell them to do this. I mean, we show them what's the good ethic. You know, how can you be
You
good
got to show them a
person,
good example. Yeah.
you know, like that's why like that self mastery, like they see you like as
What
an
do you do every
example,
day?
like
Yeah.
how you treat other people, your employees, right? Are you kind to them, or are you yelling at them? Are you really true to yourself? And then you cannot tell. I want to tell you this, like, you know, this is kind of a little bit uncomfortable situation, right? My son George, right, you know, he work at Turkotak. He has been working when he's 6.
Yeah.
So, and it's not in China, child slavery, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Of
Yeah,
course,
we do it here too, yeah.
Of
So,
course, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You gotta no. You have to teach them example. I was working with my dad since I was
No, he loves to make it.
7, 8 years old. Yeah.
But he asked me, right? We are working at the north. He asked me this question.
He was a great kid, by the way.
Yeah,
George is a great kid.
he has amazing like
Yeah.
the knowledge.
Yeah.
Like he's so
He also
wise.
has a good imagination too. Yeah.
So
He's
he,
an old soul.
you know what he asked me? I don't know where it's come from. He asked me, he says, Dad, have you ever still in your life, right?
Hmm.
I just stop, right? I look at him. In that split moment, right? Am I gonna be truthful to myself and my kids? Or I'm gonna lie to him, right? That's just that split moment. I say, you know what, George? I get emotional. I say, yes, I did. But he was different person than me. I never proud of what I did.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's in my past, but like I will never forget about it. To never do that again. And I will never recommend it to you to that same mistake I did. And I just tell him the truth because you know you cannot. That's the hard conversation. You have to have it with yourself and who you are, and that makes me who I am.
Well,
To
maybe he
to
asked.
understand.
Maybe he experienced it in a way. You can getting
Yeah.
an apple from a store.
He is
that can
thinking
be
about it probably. That's
and
why
it's
he
an
came out.
experience.
So
Yeah.
like, but when you tell him the truth, be honest,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, don't do that. It's not good, and this and that. Like, you
Or
know,
even
what I'm
if
saying?
he
You can
did it,
give so many
don't
advice,
blame
right?
him or something.
Yeah. So, but it's not a good feeling.
Yeah.
You're not gonna feel good about it. End of today, right?
That's
You know.
the big thing.
Yeah, and it's
What are
gonna
the
it's gonna hurt
consequences
you.
of doing
It's gonna hurt you as a person, right? So, and next 10 years, what I want to do, my focus, main focus is my family, right? So create more memories.
Yeah.
That are the
Experiences.
most important things, because that strong bonds affect my work life and more my human relationship with other people too. Create more memories, and make them better people when train
When
them.
I look back at I use the big ass calendar from Jesse Itzler. So when I look back at my calendars, the best moments in my life were the ones that I spent quality time with my family, and the experiences we create together.
Mm.
It's really not the big business deals or closings or this and that. It's the people I meet and the family time I spend with my quality time I spend with my family. It's the most important thing.
You see people like sit in huge homes by themselves. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
what is the meaning of life? What is it like when you share things? It's just more meaningful. You
That's
know?
another whole topic, but
Yeah.
money is one thing, energy is different thing. We talked about this earlier. There's a lot of wealthy people that have bad vibrations. You don't want to be around them. Money doesn't choose where they go. They
Mm.
can go to people that are very bad. And that's why we have all these crazy people and wars happening. And these people have money to buy guns and stuff. So it's really, you gotta find the good vibration people. And I think energy attracts energy. That's how we met. That's
Yeah.
how the
Yeah.
whole world works. And if you believe in it, you're gonna meet more great people.
Yeah.
But we should leave that maybe episode 3, 4.
Yeah.
We can talk
I mean,
for
business wise,
hours.
we want to do the more restaurants,
Yep.
open it, and I decided I want to work with people I love. People really I care
You
about it.
care about.
I really can mentor it. I really
Give
enjoy it.
yourself to it. Yeah.
That's what I want to do. I mean, rest of my life.
I only
Not
hang out and
change.
sit with people that I don't have to think about what I'm saying. People that I know they're not gonna judge me. I know they're gonna be honest and frank with me any time for anything I do and any decision I make. I will never put myself in I did this a lot in my 20s. I'll put myself in a situation to sit on tables and with people that I have to think what I'm gonna say or feel uncomfortable if I say something, or even if it's a bragging about something that I've accomplished. In my 30s, and I know that I'm going to do that for the rest of my life, I learned that sitting with people that are self-minded thinkers, and they're self-made grinders, and family people, and they're happy for other people's success, makes your circle much healthier and better. And that brings happiness too
Yeah.
throughout the day.
That's the thing. Like all this success you are doing, your loved ones, your friends, whatever, right? Say you're doing good job.
I hate when people say that to me though.
But look, I mean, approval is okay. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but it's really not me, it's the people.
Like it's motivate you kind of. But if you need approval, that's wrong.
No, I never need. No, I feel uncomfortable.
Seeking for approval,
Then
that's
then
not
it's
healthy.
ego. Yeah.
That's not
I
healthy.
feel uncomfortable when
So,
somebody say you're doing a
It's
good
okay,
job.
let them, because they care about you. It's okay to hear
Yeah.
it, because I want approval. It's good feeling. I'm doing something right, and
Yeah.
these people, your
Support
opinion
you.
is care. I care about it. I mean, but I don't. I'm not seeking, or I'm not needing it.
Mm.
That need
It's different. I love it.
is take it different level. Yeah, I appreciate your.
Appreciate your time.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you guys.
This is
Yeah,
awesome.
that's nice.
Love you, my man.
I really
Thanks for
needed
being
it.
here. Yep. Yep.
You know.